Welcome to Season 2 of the Shekina Meditation Podcast, created by community members and friends of Shekina Garden in Pai, Thailand. Shekina communities are dedicated to creating free devotional spaces of Christian practice for spiritual seekers and travelers around the world. We post Christ-centered guided meditation each week to help you in your personal or small group practice. You can find episode show notes and other information at shekinacommunity.com.
Hi everyone, it's Ro here. I'm sitting with my friend Ray. We just had some delicious Thai food for lunch and we thought we'd want to say hello to you real quickly. It's Season 2, Episode 24 of our little podcast.
Hello.
Hello. So as always, our patrons are supporting this podcast. Thank you, patrons.
Thank you so much, patrons.
We're raising money to help keep our community going in all those little ways. And patronage is a part of the way that we do that every month. So if you're interested in helping us out, if you want to say thank you for this practice, or if you want to just give a little donation every month, you can find us at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. And you can support us for as much as you like per month. $1, $1 million. Really, we take all donations.
Another way that you can support us is when you rate or review us on iTunes, or if you share the podcast from YouTube, or comment on YouTube, or you press like or subscribe. All of these things are ways of supporting. So just sharing it around the world and letting these different platforms know that you like what we do.
Yeah, that's right. We're on Instagram these days too. We try to share a little bit of what's happening around the garden, and we share sometimes when we're posting a new podcast. It's just Shekina Garden on Instagram. Please give us a follow and connect with us there.
When you support the podcast, we know you appreciate that we're putting it out there, that we're like just recording our voices and sending them out into the world. And we're really hoping to invite you into a place of meditation with us, to feel that you're with us in this moment. And it's really valuable to us. So we want to share it with you. So today's meditation is Contemplation of Nature with Ro. Ro will offer, for the first part of the meditation, some exercises to help you come into a quiet place in your mind and be a little bit more ready for the type of work in the mind and heart that meditation is. It's a different kind of space. Then she will guide you through the meditation, and for this kind, you will need an object of nature.
And then for the final part of our meditation, we want to encourage you, if you're meditating with others, to spend some time listening to each other. Take some time to process. What our practice is here is we like to pass around a talking stick and let each person share from their heart what their experience was. We don't really correct each other or preach at each other. We just let each person share whatever their experience was, without interruption, letting their thoughts just come out. And then if you're meditating by yourself, you might like to do just the equivalent by yourself, maybe writing something down or speaking into a voice memo or going for a walk and just having a bit of a reflection time about what your experience was. So let's begin. Good morning. Welcome to Shekina Meditation this morning. We are sitting here in the sala with some workers just outside, so there might be some little background noises along the way this morning if you're listening along to the podcast. So this morning we're going to share a contemplation of nature meditation. And we'll have 3 parts. We'll spend some time just preparing our bodies and our minds, and then we will get up and go find a little piece of nature, something that we could hold in our hand, or maybe something far away that's big that we can see or interact with, or even something that we can't see directly or that's invisible even, like the wind. Something very far, like the sun. We'll spend some time interacting with that piece of nature, and I'll ask us some questions with lots of silence. And then we'll share a talking circle. So to begin, let's just find a comfortable position where we can sit up nice and tall. Maybe giving our shoulders a bit of movement, or our neck, or any other part of our body that needs a stretch this morning. Just settling our body down. We don't have to stay totally still for this meditation, but to begin with, just to find our focus, it might be good to find some stillness in our body for a few moments. Maybe taking a few nice deep, clearing breaths. Down into the belly. Letting our eyes close down gently. And letting our attention come to our breath to begin with. Just breathing comfortably, naturally. Letting the breath flow in and out. And noticing all that we can about our breath. Perhaps a hand on the belly can help to feel the movement as we breathe. Nothing else to do or achieve in this moment, just paying attention to our breath. Letting that be our focus. Maybe tracing the path of the breath with your mind's eye. Imagining how the blood is being oxygenated by each breath, flowing all the way around the body to all our extremities, and flowing back. Carbon dioxide being expelled with the exhale. Taking what we need into our bodies on each inhale. Releasing what we don't need on the exhale. This breath connecting us to the world around us. As we breathe in what the trees and other flora are giving off. As we exhale, what they need. Our breath connecting us to this place where we are, wherever we are. And our breath connecting us to this moment. We can't save our breath for later. We just need it each moment. And breath connecting us to the here and the now. As we notice our breath, let's also let our senses be noticed. What can we smell here in this moment? Are there any scents on the breeze? Can we taste anything? If we just had a cup of tea, is there any other taste on our tongue? What can we feel through our sense of touch, our skin? Noticing our clothes on us, or where our body touches another part of our body. Sensations of heat or cool, breeze. Even though our eyes are closed down, we can still maybe see some shapes or some shadows or lights. Noticing what we can see even with our eyes closed. Maybe colour. And what can we hear? Noticing the sounds around us. Perhaps moving gently from sound to sound and imagining what it is that's making that sound. Seeing if we can notice the furthest sound away from us. What is it and what's making that sound? And then what's the closest sound? Letting go of our awareness of the world of sound now. If any of the sounds around us distract us during our meditation practice this morning, let's just use them as little reminders to come back to focus. Let's turn our attention gently now to what's happening in our thoughts. Just noticing and observing what's happening. It's very normal for all different sorts of thoughts to come into our mind. Maybe some big things or lots of little things. Perhaps things we're concerned or worried with, things we need to do today, memories, all different things. Let's just notice what's happening in there today. And let's try to do this without judging our thoughts, just being kind to ourselves and noticing. We might like to imagine that our thoughts are beautiful stones and pebbles of different sizes. As we observe them, we take them in our hands, turn them over, look at them. Then we're going to purposefully put them into a bowl in front of us. We'll just take a few moments just to notice what thoughts are coming into our minds and purposefully putting them into the bowl. They'll be safe there. We can pick them up again at the end of our meditation if we wish to. But for now, we're just going to put them away safely into the bowl. It's okay if thoughts won't stay in the bowl and keep coming into our minds. When that happens, we can just notice that it's happening, and kindly, without judgment, just put them back into the bowl. We're going to take our bowl now and put it away. Maybe imagining putting it away behind us or onto a shelf. Somewhere where it'll be safe but out of sight. We don't need to be concerned about it for this meditation, for this time. And if things come to our minds from the bowl that want to distract us, we can just imagine again, purposefully putting the stones into the bowl and putting the bowl away, bringing our attention back again and again to our meditation. So in a moment I'm going to invite us to find our element from nature. We can get up and walk around in a moment to find something. It can be anything we like. Something small, something big. And we'll begin again in a few minutes when everyone's seated back in the circle. There's no wrong answer, there's no wrong thing to choose. Go with whatever feels interesting. And we can go now to find our little piece of nature. I invite us into a childlike exploration of our element of nature. Really using all your senses to explore what this thing really is, how you can interact with it. Touch, sight, listening to it, any sounds it might be able to make, smelling it, even tasting it if that's reasonable. Be careful. Just explore it. Maybe imagining that you've never seen an item like this before. Exploring every single little part. I'm going to ask 6 questions with a few minutes silence in between each question. We also invite the Spirit of God, Spirit of the Divine, to guide us, to play with us, and to inspire us as we meditate this morning. So our first question is, how is this element of nature connected to myself? How do we connect? How are this element of nature and myself connected? Our next question, how are we the same? or very similar, this piece of nature and I? How are we the same or very similar? Our next question, how are we different? This piece of nature we've chosen and ourselves, how are we different? The next question is, how is this object connected to God? How are they connected? How is this object or element of nature the same as God, or very similar? How is this object the same as God?
or very similar to God.
How is this piece of nature different from God? How are they not the same? How is this piece of nature different from God? Slowly beginning to bring ourselves out of this meditative space, back into awareness of the world around us and our own bodies where we are. Perhaps taking a few deep breaths again, taking a little bit of a stretch. And when we're ready, we'll share in a talking circle together.
Thank you for joining today. There will be a new guided meditation available each week, so don't forget to subscribe to iTunes or sign up for our newsletter to get podcasts delivered to your inbox at www.shekinacommunity.com/podcast newsletter. Also, you can rate or review on iTunes or sign up as a patron at patreon.com/Shekina Meditation Podcast. Have a beautiful week. Many blessings to you.